It is another beautiful day here in Georgia. I hope you're having a beautiful day so far as well. Welcome to my channel. My name's Alyssa. I'm a wife and a mom on a mission to become my healthiest, happiest self ever. And in this video, I'm gonna be showing you a grocery haul. Everything I got at the Dekalb Farmer's Market in Decatur, Georgia. So I actually live in Stockbridge, Georgia. Decatur is about a 20-25 minute drive from my house, and I usually make a trip out to the Dekalb Farmer's Market, or it's actually called your Dekalb Farmer's Market, about once a week, sometimes every other week. And everything that I got today, this is typically what I get when I go. So first, I've got some sparkling mineral water, and it's a really good price. It's like $1.60 something for a liter. So usually get a bottle of that. I also picked up
some plain
2 quarts of organic whipping cream, and I like to get this there at the farmer's market. It's from a brand called Kelowna Supernatural, because the other organic heavy cream that you'll find in the grocery store, it's pretty much always ultra pasteurized, and that means that they're heating it up super hot, and it's essentially like burnt cream at that point. So this is lightly pasteurized. Yeah, so it's non-homogenized, and it's low temp pasteurized, and it's from pasture grazed farms. And each one of these will make a quart of ice cream for our family. The next thing I got was some raw milk cheddar cheese. So usually when I go, I only get like 2 of them, because we'll go through maybe 1.5 a week, 2 at the most. But today, as you can see, I hit the jackpot. It was 50% off market price. So usually I think it's like $4.69 per block. Today, it was pretty much buy one, get one free. So I didn't get 2, I got 2, 4, 6, 7 blocks of cheese, of raw milk cheddar cheese, and this is gonna last us a while. And this is really tasty cheese. Like I said, it's raw. It means it's unpasteurized. And my husband puts it on his ground beef and eggs in the morning. Sometimes I'll have a little bit with my ground beef and eggs in the morning. Sometimes I'll have a little bit as like a dessert. The kids really like to have it for snacks. We have it, I shred it up for taco night. And then I got butter. Lots of butter. So I've got, let's see, what is this? Okay, each of these blocks is a pound. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 pounds of butter. Because lately I've been doing a higher fat carnivore where I'm eating at least a stick of butter a day. So I'll go through 8 sticks of butter in the next week. So if this was just for me, this would probably last me 2 weeks, but everyone else eats butter too, right? And then this butter is from the same company that makes the heavy cream that I got. It's that Kelowna or Kelowna or Kelowna. Somebody correct me if you know. It's organic, unsalted butter. The only ingredients is organic cream, if you can see that. And each of these pounds of butter is $6.99. So already it's cheaper. It's not only better, in my opinion, than the Kerrygold unsalted butter, because I was watching a steak and butter gal video the other day, and she pointed out that they have started to add skim milk to their butter. Oh my goodness, the humanity. And then Kerrygold also, there's been like some controversy about it being grass-fed or not grass-fed, if you care about that type of thing, and then it's actually not organic if you care about that type of thing. But anyways, this is already better than Kerrygold, and it's also cheaper. So Kerrygold sells their butter in like a half-pound packs, and at Kroger right now, for one of those half-pound packs, it's like $5.99. So it's $6 versus $6.99, $7 for a pound of this butter, and it is so good. It's like creamy, and like it's what sweet cream butter should taste like. If you have this in your area, I would highly recommend this brand. I know that when I was in Minnesota a couple years ago, I did see it at a Whole Foods, so I know that it's not exclusive to the Atlanta area. I got some eggs, Farmer Hen House brand pasture raised eggs. I don't always buy pasture raised eggs, but because I'm making ice cream today, I do, and I put raw egg yolks in the ice cream. I try to have a higher quality egg for that when I'm eating it raw. So I did buy a dozen pasture raised eggs from the farmer's market today, and I think this was like $4.50 for this dozen, which is a really good price. Usually when I'm making my ice cream, I get the pasture raised eggs from the Good Shepherd family farm that I go to, and I get my raw milk, and those are also unpasteurized, but in a pinch, I've got these today to go into my ice cream. Last but not least, I've got some grain-free granola that they make in-house at there at the farmer's market. My kids really love this on
yogurt?
Yes, on plain Greek yogurt with a little honey. Some mornings for breakfast, that's like our quick breakfast when we're in a hurry. And so it's got really clean ingredients. It's pecans, almond, pumpkin seed, sunflower seed, coconut, organic coconut oil, maple syrup, honey, cinnamon, sea salt, and vanilla extract. So, and dry cranberries. So it's this is really good for them. They like it sprinkled on their yogurt, like I said, and it's only $7.99 a pound, which if anybody out there knows anything about like grain-free granolas at the grocery store, a lot of times they're not made with just coconut oil. They're not very fresh, so they've just been sitting around. And a lot of times it's like the first ingredient is almonds, so it's like mostly almond. And it'll be like $7 for like an itty bitty container. And there you have it. This is everything I got at the Dekalb Farmer's Market today in Decatur, Georgia, like I mentioned. If you're in the Atlanta area, Metro Atlanta, surrounding areas, it is a great place to go. If you're looking for raw cheese, you can't find it. If you're looking for a higher quality, heavy cream, butter, eggs, great prices, like I said. They also have coffee, lots of fruits and vegetables if you're into that type of thing, spices. Oh, and they have these big things of Redmond's real salt. Let me show you. I actually got this at the Dekalb Farmer's Market too. So this is a great place to go if you're looking for these things. And yeah, let me know if you check it out, or if you shop at the Dekalb Farmer's Market too, or if you shop at your Dekalb Farmer's Market too. All right, so I'm gonna put all of this away. I'm gonna get them started again on school.
I don't need you to get started back on school.
Well, you need to finish school.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, I'm gonna get them started again on school, finish up with school, and I'll be back to make some ice cream and talk to you about dairy and some of the benefits that I am gaining from my new morning routine, if maybe you saw that video. And yeah, see you in a bit. On this day, the weather was so nice. We decided to finish school outside. It's one of those sweet perks of homeschool. All right, so I am back as promised, and I'm gonna make this carnivore ice cream, show you guys how I make it. So yeah, this has become a staple in our house ever since I was invited on the Carnivore Revolution show, and we made carnivore sundaes, and I tasted carnivore ice cream for the first time, and it was like, ah! But yeah, this stuff can be dangerous if you don't have a whole lot of self-control. But yeah, I'm gonna show you how I make it. My husband always gobbles it up, so I don't get much. But we go through like a quart of ice cream a week now. And so if you want to make this at home, you could use this recipe and put it in a ice cream maker like the one I have. Or if you don't have an ice cream maker, you can do the plastic bag method. Just Google it, plastic bag ice cream, Ziploc bag ice cream. You can see how it's done. And that's how I was making mine for a while. But like I said, my husband has been gobbling this up, and we started to go through a whole lot of it, and I got tired of shaking the bag. So I was like, baby, we gotta buy an ice cream maker. And I ended up opting for a, what would you call it, a mechanical or a manual ice cream maker, just because it kind of made me nervous having an electrical one, like if the motor went out or something, and I didn't want to have to deal with replacing that. So I wanted one that ran on elbow grease. So I actually found this one online on eBay used, and the brand is called Donvier, something like that. Anyways, it's manual, so it's a hand crank, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how I make it. So to make a quart of ice cream, I use a little less than 32 ounces of cream, just because I don't want it to overflow. And then I'm gonna be using 5 of these egg yolks, so I'll need to separate the eggs. I've got some pure vanilla extract. It's just vanilla bean extractives and water and alcohol. And then I've got a little bit of Redmond's real salt. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is separate my egg yolks. All right, so I'm doing 5 egg yolks. If you've never separated an egg before, it's real easy. You just crack, and then you're gonna let the whites fall into a container of your choosing, and you just kind of shuffle it back and forth, see? Just excluding the whites. Okay, until you're just left with the yolk. I drop this yolk right into my blender and do 4 more. Oops. Fished that one out. 3, 4. All right, so I've got 5 egg yolks here in my blender, and then to that I'm gonna add cream, and my ice cream maker holds a quart, so I'm just gonna do it right underneath the 32 ounce mark here on the blender, just so it doesn't overflow. Let's see, is that right? Full. Okay, yeah. And then I have a little bit extra to do something with later on in the week. Right, I'm gonna add a little sprinkle of salt, like I don't know, maybe like an 1/8 of a teaspoon, 1/4 of a teaspoon, not much. And last but not least, if I can get it open, I'm gonna add in the vanilla extract. And I just eyeball this. I don't measure it because I figure it doesn't make that big of a difference, but I kind of, I don't know, maybe like 2 teaspoons. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna go put this on my, I'm gonna go blend this up, put the top on, and I'll be back with the blended ice cream mix and the freeze canister that goes into my ice cream maker. Okay, I'm back. I have my blended ice cream mix. So remember, that's the heavy cream, egg yolks, vanilla, and salt. I've got this freeze canister, cold canister. I don't know what it's called, but it goes into here, and it's what makes the ice cream ice. It's what freezes the ice cream. So I'm gonna assemble this. Put this little rubber gasket thing on top. And this thing is super cold, by the way. It's like freezing cold. And it says like in big bold letters on the side, don't touch with wet hands. And I found out the hard way why it says that when I grabbed it with wet hands one day and my fingers stuck to the canister. Okay, so I've got this in there. Oh, press it down. Okay, and then this is the blade that gets spun around. Drop that in. Okay, once I've got that in, then I'm just gonna pour this ice cream mix right into the canister to hold this still. All right. You can see I've got the ice cream mix in here. I got my blade. I'm just gonna put the top on. So I just have to like, usually my husband does this because it actually does take a little bit more elbow grease than anticipated. But once you get it going, it's not so bad. So I just have to, it says the directions say to spin it a few times, going clockwise. And then you just let it sit for like 3 minutes, and you keep doing that every 3 minutes for about 20 minutes to half an hour, and you have ice cream at the end of it. So that's what I'm gonna do for the next little while. But while I'm doing that, I wanted to talk to everybody about the benefits that I have been experiencing on so far with my, go look at the stove, baby. The benefits I've been enjoying so far with my new morning routine. All right, so you may or may not have seen a video I posted a couple weeks ago about my new morning routine that I've been trying out so that I can optimize my circadian rhythm and improve my mitochondrial health. If you haven't seen it already, you should check it out. But anyways, it's only been 3 weeks that I've been sticking to this morning routine. And in that short period of time, I've already experienced some noticeable differences in myself. The first thing that I noticed was, while I didn't feel bad before, I'm feeling like extra good now. I'm talking like my energy levels, my mood, those things are supercharged, okay? So I'm feeling like really, really good. Where before I was feeling good, now I'm feeling really, really good. So that was the first thing I noticed within, I'd say like the first week. Secondly, and probably the more major thing, and that I didn't see this coming at all, is it seems like all of a sudden I'm able to tolerate dairy like how I wasn't able to before. You may have seen me talk about here on YouTube a couple times this irritation I had of my elbows, and at first I thought it was eggs, or I was hoping it was eggs because I didn't want to have to cut back on dairy, and then I realized it wasn't eggs, it was absolutely dairy that was making my elbows itchy and crusty, and that dairy was causing me apparently lots of inflammation. Since I've been doing this, I've been having dairy, or I noticed that my elbows started to clear up a whole lot. So I don't know if you can see, but I haven't had to put anything on my elbows. They don't itch. They are definitely less crusty. And I've been having a good bit of dairy, and it doesn't seem to be bothering me anymore. And the only thing I can attribute to this change is that I started that whole morning routine, the optimizing my circadian rhythm and mitochondrial health. And I kind of thought it was all in my head at first, and then because I've never really heard about that being an effect of this, or why it should even matter. And then I saw this post on Instagram from Carrie B Wellness, and she was talking about how your gut lining in a healthy body, it should regenerate every, I don't know, like 2 to 5 days or something like that. And if you're having like gut health issues, it could be because your circadian clock goes off or something like that. And it was like a eureka moment, because I was like, oh, okay, well, obviously this change must be taking place because my gut is getting better from these practices I'm doing, and that are improving my circadian rhythm, or at least I'm assuming that that's what it is. I don't know. I'm happy that my elbows are clearing up and I'm having dairy and enjoy myself. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I've experienced. I feel like it's still too soon to tell, but I do feel like my body composition is changing based on just the work I'm doing for the mitochondrial health, DNA, all that stuff. But that'll be something for a later episode when I'm doing some type of physique update, before and after pictures, whatever, what have you. Anyways, I'm gonna keep on churning my ice cream here. You can see that it is already starting to thicken, form a ice cream. I don't know if you can see that. It's hard. It's really hard to hold this camera and spin that at the same time. But I'm gonna keep on churning away, and I'll show you guys what it looks like when it's done. All right, so I'm back. I've got the ice cream all churned away. It took about 20 minutes. So at this point, I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in this glass bowl. I'm gonna cover it up and put it in the freezer. And I'm gonna have some a little bit later for dessert. Yeah, after dinner. And I just like to have mine as is. Sometimes I'll put a little bit of bacon sprinkles on it, maybe a little brown butter drizzle. That's very tasty. My husband, he likes to put chocolate syrup. Sometimes he puts honey, but this is what it looks like.
Whoa, man.
So you remember I put that into that canister and it was liquid. And now I got ice cream. Yummy, yummy ice cream. So I'm just gonna scoop all this off into bowl. My favorite part is actually that I get to lick the blades. Mmm.
Wow.
Mmm. Mmm.
Tasty?
Oh, it's so good. So I've got my ice cream. I'm just gonna put it in the freezer and for a couple of hours until after dinner, and I'll be back to have a bowl of ice cream with you guys.
For 2 hours?
That night for dinner, I actually had half stick butter, about 8 ounces of salmon, and 3 eggs. And I finished it up with 3 beautiful creamy scoops of Carnivore ice cream. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right here and finish up my ice cream. Then I'm gonna hop in the shower and really settle down for the night. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.